Welcome to today's love drama. Ella joins Nick's band, and as tension rises, they share a passionate kiss. Nick opened up and shared his dark childhood with Ella, mentioning how his mom got lost during birth, and his dad was a doctor of drinks. Nick's dad showed disappearing care. At 13, his dad exited the stage, leaving Bob to care for him. After Nick became famous, he bought his dad's farm and gifted it to Bob as a sincere present. Together, they laid Dad to his quiet resting place, but when Nick took Ella to see Dad's grand residence, he found it turned into a wind farm. Nick thought Bob sold the farm for some capital operation. Nick and Bob had a word battle, but Bob said Dad's area was hit by a storm. Nick was drinking heavily then. He did mention it, but Bob took it as whispers in the wind. Don't worry, it'll take care of you like you're living in a 5-star. It'll make you feel like you've been sent to hell, as the entire world revolves around you. In front of Ella, how could Nick show his weary side? That's a perfect excuse to say, look, I've grown up. The line "you're such a good guy" made Bob's heart freeze like iron, so he quietly quit and left. Even though the manager left, the national tour must go on. Ella, as the band's new member, starts enjoying the celebrity effect of music. She not only didn't let Nick down, but produced a series of hit songs that often pushed the concert to unprecedented peaks. At the last stop of the tour, Nick suddenly suggested letting Ella sing a new song. He didn't want to just be a background board. Nick wanted Ella to shine, and Ella didn't let him down. Before going on stage, she chugged some drinks and then played and sang. Always remember us this way, burning in your eyes. This song practically ignited the stage. You look at me, babe, I wanna catch on fire as the flames of love blaze on. It's buried in my soul, a California gold, because good things are always buried deep. Found the light in me that I couldn't find. This is the power of faith. So I'll almost jump down, but he'll get by the words. Every time we say goodbye, baby, it hurts. Goodbyes always come with tears. When the sun goes down and the band won't play, there's always a moment when music meets its curtain call. I'll always remember the times we spent like this. Love is indeed dancing with sparks and passion. Ella's voice remains as clear as when they first met, and Nick's eyes are filled with pride. The guitar in his hands finally received recognition under the spotlight. He swept away the clouds for her, and the future looks bright. Perhaps their band could add another lead singer, but destiny always loves to play tricks. After the show, talent scout Renaud approached Ella, saying he wanted to sign her and help her become a pop star. After hearing this, she wasn't overly excited but ended up with cake all over her face. This was a special treat from Nick to celebrate her smooth transformation. To become a pop star, Ella had to say goodbye to the band for a while and repeatedly study singing and dancing. Sure enough, her hard work paid off. After her first single was released, Ella lived like a street bully, with posters all over the city. Flowers and applause followed one after another. Everything came too fast. Ella's debut album received 3 Grammy nominations, making her a shining star. However, as Ella shone brightly, Nick's star began to dim, and his hearing problems grew worse, signaling that his music journey was nearing its end. Thus, Ella easily obtained honors he never had, which gradually made him feel the anxiety of being forgotten. Nick loved Ella, but their achievements put immense pressure on him. He turned to drinking daily, sometimes even getting so drunk no one cared. One morning, Nick found himself lying on the street. When he opened his eyes, it was already broad daylight. How does one face their failures and downfall? Fortunately, Elle always stayed by Nick's side, encouraging him just as he once encouraged her. Love brought them hope and companionship. This gave Nick the strength to rise up. Unexpectedly, he crafted a ring from guitar strings and proposed to Ella. Ella froze momentarily, but they constantly encouraged each other, and Nick became indispensable in her life. They quickly entered the hall of marriage, just like all the couples out there, yet love in marriage slowly pushed them apart. At the premiere of Ella's new album, Nick discovered that the girl he loved seemed to have changed. Music no longer touched his heart. Instead, it became a glamorized product packaged by the record company. The inspirational songs turned into buzzwords. That night, Nick and Ella had a massive argument over this. What do you mean? This is disgusting. Am I disgusting? No, I just want to tell you, you're the one being disgusting. You know what's disgusting? It's you. You have to bring me down. You're just revolting. I just want to tell you, you have to fulfill all your promises. I can only give my love, but in will you are acting as your own boyfriend. Do you truly have a boyfriend? From mutual admiration to uncontainable anger, It's like a flower you raised yourself, always wanting to shape it into an ideal version. The next day, Nick woke up and immediately went to apologize to Ella, who without hesitation forgave him. The Grammy Awards went on as scheduled. Nick was invited to perform, but during rehearsals, he learned that they had changed the lead singer. Nick, speechless, hid in darkness with Ha, accompanying new singer, seeking his own sorrow. He felt the pain of being abandoned by music, and the overwhelming loneliness hit again. That day, he got drunk again, oblivious to everything. Ella wasn't mad. Instead, she tried to smooth over the awkwardness of the awards ceremony, but Nick ended up as the biggest punchline at the Grammys.